Hello, I'm here to talk about Karma Charger. He was definitely responsible and helped me bring attention to my group. I am the founder and kind of the overseer of custom TF2 weapons, and definitely the first group that really brought back that idea when you like say look back at say Advanced Weaponizer. Yeah, I'm sorry that this is basically a month after the message that Karma's friend put out, but I didn't find out until a week ago, and I've just kind of been getting around to finally make this. There's pretty much just gonna be this. No real music. There's no video. It's just gonna be kind of a serious kind of quick serious talk and an interesting little story and little tidbits if you're interested. Karma definitely helped get my group the initial attention. He So the story is that whenever I was thinking about doing making my group, that it was I was kind of messing around with the idea of like around 2014. I didn't get real serious until like when it was like into 2015, and I was looking into servers, and probably one of my first developers, the Ray, I don't know how where he heard this from, but Karma Charger was actually wanting to do the same thing, make a server. Because one thing he told me, which I'm gonna go ahead and say, after the multiple years helping each other, I did actually. Obviously, Karma helped me. I would actually help him. He'd send me a question like, if this custom element, so, like some custom coding has already been made, and I would send him like a link to it, and it would speed things up for him. But he wanted to make a server to run all this, some of the new weapons like that he was starting to show off around that time, but he really didn't have the time to do YouTube and run a server, which it does take a lot of effort maintaining and obviously adding in, and definitely with the hindsight, you can definitely see that it would have just stress would have just like made this whole situation that he's pretty much talked about worse if he really pushed. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know where the Ray heard this, but I was able to very easily, I don't know how easily, but talk with Karma Charger. I didn't have nothing behind my name to like get his attention. He was very he's always very helpful and like giving me advice, things that I've not been able to never do, but will be doing very soon. I'll at least say that. Basically, I said that I had kind of a lineup, and he liked the idea, and I don't know who suggested the idea, if it was me or Karma, but I made a trailer and he put it on his YouTube channel, and it basically was to announce like this existence, like the server that will stay up for the unforeseen time of being able to use actual new weapons and models, and it's not just a reskin, or like it's actual working new weapons with some limitations, but basically it's the closest you can really get. Yeah, it definitely got a lot of attention. I think Crits Cats talked about us for like 10 minutes and whatnot. Funk made a video like a week after that. It was like beginning of August 2015, whenever that first trailer dropped. And yeah, and it's kind of we kind of set sail, and over the rest of that year, we made two more trailers, and the last one was to actually promote my YouTube channel. And basically, Karma got me my first 1,000 subs within. I can look back at the numbers, but it was definitely within like a week. So, yeah, but yeah, he definitely. I don't know without him that if my group would have really happened, if the reemergence of new weapons really would have happened. But yeah, I really don't know what would have happened without Karma Charger. I really am grateful of what all the pushes that he helped do and whatnot. He saw the potential, But yeah, so I hope so. That's kind of the story. Hope you enjoy that. And one thing I want to some interesting little facts. I don't think he really knows. I mean, I don't. I think it's actually kind of funny. So, spoiler. I'm sorry. I'm gonna break the illusion. In some of his videos, he would occasionally. I found it funny that one weapon. Oh, what was it? It's a medic melee weapon, the Hospitalion's Revenge. I always mess up the first name. Like, we do have it. We've had to remove it, but we're going to be bringing it back soon. But its whole mechanic of, like, the patient gets killed, medic gets bonuses and whatnot. I'm so glad I mentioned this because I would forget. But the other thing that how Karma is really helpful is that every time I would always wait about every 2 or 3 new videos that would have like a new weapon, and he would normally just send me the code for it because it would literally go nowhere, because he knew it would be on the server. And I have so many messages. Of course, Steam is, really can't. I would love to see if I can find my very first messages to Karma and see how that conversation went, but I'm pretty sure those are long gone. But he would always list off, like, link me the code, and he would list off things that are, like, really wouldn't be good on a production server, aka a live server, and, like, weird problems that if you do certain, I think he had a sticky bomb launcher that when you hold a charge, the more charge would I don't remember, but you could actually shoot out multiple stickies at once. But he told me that as soon as you hit an actual full charge, it doesn't work properly. So like in the video itself, he probably had to like record it multiple times to make sure that it was as close to 100% as possible. Or that's kind of the secret. Like there's certain shots that you'd be just enough to get the point across, because there are limitations to a certain degree. But yeah, that medic melee. He told me all the elements you just had to fake it, just key bindings to give yourself the conditions and whatnot, which is fair. But I remember my developers definitely at the time that's definitely with an S. I mentioned it, and they said, "Oh yeah, we can definitely do it," and he was able to make it for real work. I always found it funny, some of the weird problems that you'd have to work around. I think the weirdest one that I went on the live server for like almost a week, because I didn't test this, like think about testing like this scenario, which was the Phantom Watch, which we do have on the server now. It was like it's had to be made like from scratch and like so many things to make it work properly, which the main point of it is that when you're cloaked you can walk through enemies. Come to find out, the version that Karma used, which obviously it didn't have to be shown on the video, which it didn't require, and which of course whenever I was testing things, we're like, okay, it works. I don't see any errors in my logs or in the server. No problem. The problem was that when the spy would cloak, every other player gains this passing through. They don't cloak; it's just pass through. I obviously didn't test that, and come to find out, I was triggering every time a spy on the server using the Phantom at the time. So, yay! There's some really funny problems like that I always had to work around. And I'll go and say now, for anyone who's still listening, thank you. And if you didn't notice, like no intro, no outro. I'm not even going to run ads. I'm just like, this is raw, just kind of putting it out there. I really wish Karma the best of luck, and I'm hoping that he's able to really hone in and like handle what he's dealing with, and I obviously wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. I hope you enjoy my little ramble here, my little story time, a little funny behind the scenes little stuff like that, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.